If you love coffee, you're in for a treat because today I'm taking the Coffee Lovers tag. Hello everyone, my name is Misty Nicole with theladypreferstosave.com. Welcome to another video. Today I am taking the Coffee Lovers tag. I first saw this tag on the Lexington life, and so I wanted to give a shout out to her for her amazing video, and I will link in the description bar below her original video. And so to get started, if you see me looking that way, it is because I am reading the questions from my screen. And so to get started, the first question is, what's your preferred roast, dark, medium, or blonde? And for me, it is all the way dark roast. I absolutely love French roast coffees in particular. I also love some of the coffees out of New Orleans, such as chicory blend coffees. But as a general rule, I like to buy dark roast coffees, those that are organic, especially those that have a high concentration of coffee berries in addition to coffee beans. And the reason for that is I am just really leery of general brands as you buy, say, a non-dark roast coffee, because it could have been processed with acrylamide, and that is actually a chemical compound that is commonly used in the coffee industry to process coffee beans in the roasting process, which has been linked to cancer-causing carcinogens. And so I definitely like to make sure that I'm avoiding that, and so I buy organic, and that I am drinking the best and safest coffee that I can. I love to buy organic coffee, especially those that are sourced in a particular region. My favorite is always Ethiopian or Jamaican or Costa Rican coffee, and one of my favorite domestic brands is from Westrock. It is a company out of Little Rock, Arkansas. It is a co-op. They are also fair trade. They are available in most North American supermarkets and grocers, and they have a wonderful, wonderful fair trade program with their growers, and it is some of the best tasting coffee you can buy. And so the next question in the same vein is, do you prefer to buy pre-ground or whole bean coffee? And that really depends. If I am able to get to a Whole Foods market, I generally would buy the whole bean coffee. I do have a grinder at home, and so it's not a problem for me to do that. I also love to buy whole bean coffee for the fall because I will take the whole beans and actually put them in some of my vintage Blue Mason jars with a small tea light in the center, and when I light them, I get that luscious, rich, very earthy, acidic smell from the coffee beans, and it's something that I like to keep on hand for that too. The third question is, do I prefer drip coffee or espresso? I prefer both. I have a Keurig machine that uses a refillable, reusable cartridge. I also have in the past had the Shark cafe system. I really didn't care for it. I went back to a Keurig and purchased a new one when my old one hit the dust. The next question is, how do I take my coffee? I take my coffee with lots of plant-based milk and a tablespoon of xylitol. It has very few calories, it's absolutely delicious, and it's still plant-based. The next question, cream or milk? When I did consume dairy, it would have been whole dairy cream all the way. Now that I'm plant-based, it is more than likely a plant-based nut milk. I keep on hand always silk chocolate, I keep silk coconut, I also keep almond milk and vanilla soy milk in the house. The next question is, how many cups of coffee do I drink a day? Generally 2 to 3 cups in the morning. I usually get up around 5 a.m. and so I definitely need something to jumpstart my day. I will also set, as part of my self-care routine, I have a break at about 9:30 in the morning, and then I have another one around 11, and I usually take coffee and a glass of water along with my lunch, and so those are my 3 cups of coffee. I will then switch to herbal tea in the afternoon, and so it's always coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon for me. And the next question is latte or cappuccinos. and I am a latte girl all the way. I generally prefer my lattes, however, in the fall, and one of my favorite lattes is a vanilla maple latte. I actually did a video on that, and so I will link that in the description bar below as well. The next question is iced or hot, and for me it depends. If I'm at home, I'm going to have a hot beverage. I just really don't want to go through the fuss and muss of making a cold drink, although I could. If I'm going to get coffee out, it is more than likely, unless an absolute blizzard outside, I'm going to get an iced coffee. The next question is Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, and this, I'm a little conflicted here because normally I'm going to say Starbucks, but I grew up in places where there were lots of Dunkin' Donuts, and so my grandmother loved Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so she would always get a croissant sandwich and a cup of coffee. I always liked the little munchkin donuts, and I drank coffee when I was older. Now, I did grow up in South Jersey, and I'm a shore girl, so my absolute favorite would be Wawa coffee. That's just me. And the next question is, what is my favorite coffee flavor? I am a vanilla girl. I love all things vanilla. Ice cream, frappuccinos. If I'm going to go to Starbucks, it would probably be a frappuccino. Unless it's the fall, in which case it is all about the pumpkin spice latte life. I cannot get enough of them in the fall. However, if I'm just in the grocery store, I would probably just get vanilla soy milk or something like that if I was. And then the next question is, what is my favorite coffee flavor? And in the same vein, I love French roast, I love vanilla roast, I also love my local, well, semi-local Books A Million has a cinnamon roast coffee that's really, really good. The next question is, do I prefer regular or decaffeinated? Definitely regular coffee. I will say that when I was pregnant, I did do decaffeinated, and there was a point where I tried the half calf, but I don't even mess around with that. If I'm going to drink coffee, it's because I need the caffeine. The next question is French press or percolator, and I actually own both of those. I use my French press on occasion for coffee. I generally use it more for loose leaf tea, but it is an awesome, awesome zero waste appliance to have at your house. The next question is Keurig or coffee pot. For me, I'm going to go with my Keurig. I know most people are going to say it's not the best coffee or it's not the best in terms of ecology, but I will say this, I only use reusable filters. I do not buy K-cups. I find them absolutely wasteful. Now I wanted to tag in 4 people to take this particular coffee lovers tag. And the first one I want to tag in is Roxanne from The Guy's Life. The second one I want to tag in is Love Esty. I also want to tag in Christopher Cupcakes, although I know his tag will take a little bit more time because he's in the process of moving, and I hope as you are moving this weekend that you are having a very safe trip and that everything goes your way, and I hope both you and your husband have the best of time in your travels to your new destination. And as always, everyone, I wanted to leave you with this. Please be kind to yourself and to others. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching.